Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Anza and Integral Association Transfer Panel Interview. Would you guys like to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah. Hi guys, my name is Artem and I'm from UC Davis. My major is computer science and engineering, and I just transferred, so I'm studying as a junior here.
Hi, I'm Samuel Huang, and I'm a CS major. It's my fourth year at UC Davis.
Um, what is your background?
Well, I transferred from the Anza College doing computer science and electrical engineering, and in the past I was just basically having fun with STEM classes like calculus, discrete math, and assembly. And coming over here, I'm looking forward just broadening my knowledge in computer science.
I'm an international student from Taiwan, and back in high school, I try out some CS stuff and found out it's really cool. And solving problems using CS is a great idea for me. So I just end up applying for the Anza and transferred to UC Davis.
All right. What inspired your decision to transfer, and how did you go about selecting your new school?
Hmm. Um,
Do you want me to go first?
yeah, you're
Okay.
fine.
Because I'm from Taiwan as an international student, I actually didn't apply or do ACT, SAT before. The only way for me to get into UC is whether transferring or applying directly, which is really hard. So transferring is a really good option for me. And also 2 plus 2, 2 years in community college saved quite a lot of money for me.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Yeah, same here. I finished my first year of applied computer science in the Netherlands, and then I came to the US to the Anza College. And taking SATs was pretty much not really affordable, and I don't really was prepared to spend so much time for one exam. So I was just ready to jump into the community college time and transfer that. It's cheaper, it's faster, and actually you get a chance to collaborate with professors directly. And then you go for transfer, and that sounds like a really good plan, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good one.
How did you guys decide what schools to apply to and which school you ended up transferring to?
Uh, I decided to, so my goal school was UC Berkeley for electrical engineering and computer science. And I was waitlisted there, but I was accepted into other schools right away to UC Davis or I think also somewhere in the Southern California. Yeah, I think Riverside too, and Santa Barbara. Uh, but then comparable to my major, what I want to do and what kind of opportunities I have on campus, it's like definitely UC Davis was really showing that they want to have me by scholarships, different programs, research opportunities. And it was clear that I don't want to go to Berkeley and I decided to go to UC Davis. So I landed straight to engineering major as computer science and engineer at UC Davis.
For me, I applied for almost every UCs and UC application because like never enough to have a backup.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
yeah, and I think I was waitlisted for San Diego, but it was such a long wait, but ended up didn't getting into San Diego. But UC Davis is really nice. Like it's really close to Bay Area. There's a lot of collaborate opportunity with UC Berkeley as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's really close to Bay Area, and the area of the campus here is really nice. So I feel like it's a good choice too. But oh, I didn't apply for any CSC though.
Mm.
That's what I didn't do.
So it's just computer science, right?
Yeah.
That's a pretty competitive major too, absolutely.
Yeah, obviously. Aaron, would you like to move on to the guide question?
Yeah. So we had like a few guide questions that we thought every one of our
Can you
students would
say
want to
again?
ask. Oh, can you get so we had like a few guide questions that we thought everyone would want to ask you. So I just have a list of them. So first off, how did you guys choose your like specific major for like each college?
I can go first. Yeah, I think for me, I believe that you can solve problems by combining different aspects of the field. So I was always looking forward to optimize computer code by knowing physics and electrical engineering. And basically now I'm taking some chemistry classes because I also believe that neuroscience and AI in the future is going to be super applicable. And that basically guided me for the last like 2, 3 years because I was looking forward to combine different solutions in order to build that kind of particular simple solution. That's what I would say. So I was always knew that I want to go to computer science and electrical engineering.
So for me, the reason why I choose computer science, I mentioned it earlier, I had some experience in high school, touched on coding and like programming, and I'm finding it really fun. And also solving problems is one of the favorite thing to do. And C is a really versatile, solving a lot of different problems. Also, I feel like having a skill in CS is a really useful. And also, I think I was in like a AI camp before going to college. So in that camp, I really was fascinated by AI. So that's why I want to go deep into AI, and it's really popular.
Yeah.
Right, so it seems like you guys picked your majors based on like what you were naturally inclined to and also kind of wanted to do as like a career in the future, right?
Based on
So
interest.
did based on interest, right? So I also had another like tag along question to that. Did you pick the same major for all the UC campuses you applied to, all the colleges you applied to?
That's an interesting question because I remember not all UC have computer science or uh like I think all UC, I'm not quite sure, but I was remembering that I picked data science with Berkeley because computer science is way too competitive. So that's kind of like a gamble for me. Like data science is also pretty fun, but it's like really competitive for computer science. So I didn't apply for computer science at Berkeley. I think rest of the UC I applied for computer science. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I wasn't always applying to the same programs that every see because it's super subjective. So, for example, I was applying as a transfer guarantee to UC Irvine, and I was also trying to follow the path of computer science and electrical engineering, especially this double major. And the program there, I think it's called something like computer engineering. And that particular problem is go more into the physics, like classical electrical engineering. And I was looking for a combination between computer science and electrical. So in that case, UC Davis offering the same computer engineering program was more emphasis on the code and physics rather than just going for classical physics. So it took me a while to actually research all the, like data and tables, what people actually do there and what kind of syllabus they have there. So the same happened to UC Santa Barbara and UC Santa Cruz. They have a game development program there, but that's not what I'm actually wanting to do. So I went for computer science there too. And this Berkeley, I think I was doing electrical engineering and computer science with applied. So yeah, never apply to the same major. It's too risky, and the majors they're super different. So you gotta research it like specifically with the school.
I remember that each UC have slightly different
Yeah,
topics even on the same major. Like for computer science, some UC have a computer science and also engineering and yeah,
yeah,
CSE and some just like similar but a little bit different. So just make sure to research on the specific major or the name of the major you want to apply to. Yeah.
That makes sense. Um, so, so I guess we can move on to the next question then. So, after transferring, what does the transfer community look like at your university, and like what resources are there specifically for transfer students?
So I guess for you mean after transferring, right? Okay. So after transferring, there's like an orientation for every new student. So you're mostly gonna pair with like transfer students in the group of orientation. So that's like a good way to make connections between other transfer students. And like my roommate right now, they're all transfer student that they where I met at the orientation and we end up being friends. So it's like a good way over there. And I would say a lot of advisors, they will give you like ideas on how you choose your courses, how you graduate as planned, like that. So just stick with the advisors and have fun in transfer.
Yeah, I feel like the whole UC system has a really systematic approach to, like get used to students who come in over from community colleges, and especially you can get support from advisors, as you said earlier, because like people ready to work with you because you know the freshman and you're also in the junior standing, and also the whole life environment. Kind of trying to fulfill the desire to be among with the transfer students. So we have the special living dorms just for transfer students. We call it like West Village and the green and just probably more than 1,000 different students. It's just insanely big community of transfers. While we have other living dorms with freshmen and sophomores, and that is particular for transfer. And yeah, sometimes we're just getting the messages from UC Davis like, oh, hey, we have a potluck for transfer student in some hall. You want to jump in and say hi? And a lot of people like, yeah, why not? I mean, you just go there and build a network. It's pretty cool though. So you slightly immerse yourself with the culture, and you feel like you've been studying at UC Davis from the first year. Like feels like to be like 2 years here, in a community college before.
Mhm.
Wait, that's a really good point. I actually didn't know about this. So you said that does this only apply to UC Davis where they have housing specifically for transfer students?
I think so because like I've never heard about that about UC Berkeley and UCLA because they don't really. I think in UCLA they've been trying to build that kind of the same system. I think I had a call with my friend there who's doing applied physics there, and he mentioned that they might have that system, but it's really squeezed because UCLA is a little bit smaller campus rather than UC Davis.
Mhm.
So in UC Davis, I feel you have just more space for yourself and for the students. So, and it basically gives you so many opportunities like gyms, swimming pools, and just chill zone or we even have a barbecue too, so we can go for the events and just bake some sausages with peers and talk about the classes, which is also kind of cool.
Yeah, I think one of the very good aspect in UC Davis is that the campus is really big. So they have so many different like apartment buildings for
Yeah, it's good. The student mirrors.
so for the apartment buildings that they have a specific building for like freshmen, transfer students, and yeah, is the internet okay?
Yeah, yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
barely cutting out, but I think it's good now though. Okay, so I
Okay.
think this is like a common question a lot of us have. Did you have any problems with like the course and credit transfer? Like after you accepted, did you have any issue with that, or like during the application time? Any issues that we should like watch out for that sometimes slip through regarding courses and credits?
Yeah. Let me actually ask you a quick question. So you can see us and hear as well, right? Because we're breaking up a little bit on that side.
Right now, you guys are moving and functioning well. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's
to me it
interesting
looks
because
perfect.
okay, yeah. Um, yeah. You want to go first with
For the credits, I remember okay, so I was an exchange student before the Anza College. So during that exchange student in high school in the US, I took some AP classes, and it ended up being like benefits for us for me during transfer because I can take that AP credits to transfer and during transferring, and UC actually accept them. So it kind of boosts my credits or like units. Um, two or like three more than what I had before. That's like what I feel like is like a really good way to like add more units on your during your transfer. And for the credits, because I mostly follow what my advisor told me and what's on iGetsy. So most courses are transferable. So there's not much difficult for me during transfer. Yeah.
Right. Kind of the same story here. I feel like UC Davis was the most friendly UC campus towards my credit transfer because I encountered problems with transferable credits in UC Berkeley and UC Irvine. And I actually know that a couple of people there, they actually been asked to do some classes again at UC Berkeley after the transfer, which is more, you spend more time and more money on that. UC Davis was always they could actually understand my situation. And for example, because before I mentioned that electrical engineering was my priority goal in Berkeley, I didn't finish a couple of lower division classes. So for example, public speaking and chemistry. And then I was still gotta catch up with modern physics. And when I came to UC Davis, they told me like you still have three classes to complete for your lower division. And they accepted me with no problems. So I'm taking chemistry right now and I'm like having an upper division classes. So basically I transferred here with no complete assist contract. So I was still missing modern physics, public speaking, and I think introduction to chemistry. And they still got me here, and I still able to finish that in 2 years to be out of the school in 4 years, like generally the whole undergrad degree, which is really nice because you see Irvine, UCLA, and Berkeley that wasn't ready for that, and I think you should expect another additional semester there because the life there is really rough. It's just intense. Not sure that it's worth it by the end of the day. So yeah, they transfer 105 credits from the community college, and I think that's supposed to be the maximum amount of it. Yeah, I think it's the maximum. And yeah, you just start working towards your final degree, last 2 years, and no problems, not much, honestly, to say about UC Davis in terms of like the transfer is just really smooth and all good. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wait, that's super impressive. I was just gonna ask you about like, what do you do if you haven't finished your assist agreement? Will colleges still accept you and all of that? So you got in without finishing your assist agreement. You still got it to UC Davis. So that's impressive. Samuel, did you finish your assist agreement or?
So I have one course I didn't finish. I think it's discrete math. I was supposed to finish that in the Anza in my like, education plan, and right after I set the application, and they send me like, oh, you need to update your like, classes and stuff, and I didn't took discrete math. So they end up sending me an email to let me know that, oh, why you didn't take this email, you need to reason why you didn't take this. So I put my reason in, and they think it's really reasonable. So they end up accepting me. So I was like kind of scared on that. But yeah, I would still suggest you finished all the assist like agreement. But other than if like you have really exceptionals on why you cannot take courses, then it's still like doable, I guess.
Yeah, you can expect UC Davis to understand you because people here are super flexible and they will try their best to help you because the goal is to get you and to push you through these 2 years of the undergrad degree. I think the only one advice that I would really suggest to finish your IGET-C before transferring, because I finished my IGET-C in the community college and I'm never going to take any GE classes in my next 2 years. And if you don't finish that, so for example, I have a friend who has partial IGET-C
Like me.
with other you too, yeah. So you gotta take classes here, and like it's maybe like 3, 4, even 5 additional courses. It's gonna be more money and more time. You just better do it back in community college to save yourself. Like just have a better life here, focusing on the upper division classes.
Mhm.
Sweet, that was comprehensive. Yeah, that makes sense. I had another question. So, um, so regarding like resources and opportunities, I know a lot of UCs they have like really exclusive clubs. Like I've heard about like how some clubs and some internship opportunities, because we're transfer students, we miss out because we come kind of late. So have you had any of like that kind of thing where you can't get into a club because you joined, because you're transfer student, you joined late, so that like acceptances, all of that? Is there anything like that in UC Davis or any of the UCs that you know of?
So every year in UC Davis, there will be a fair called Involvement Fair. It's just a club fair in general. They try to make it fancy word, Involvement Fair. But when I went to Involvement Fair, the club fair, like everyone's really nice. Even I told them I'm a fourth year student. They're still welcoming, and they don't really care that which year you're in. And a lot of my friends, they're like even older than me, but they're still involved in clubs. They are still very welcoming. So for transfer students, although you like miss out 2 years of like campus life, UCs or the college you want to transfer to, but I feel like everyone's still very welcoming. So don't worry.
Yeah, I guess like a lot of people expect you to finish. I think I would say another way. They expect you to have upper division courses in order to get into some internships, and it's really hard to get done during the community college time. But that's like it's doable when you do that during like let's say junior or senior at UC Davis. And absolutely, people are so friendly, and it's just like you just go for communication, you build your connections, and then straight after like 1 year maybe, you actually have a real chance to go for a summer internship. It's actually possible, and I feel like a lot of people they're gonna hire from UC Davis for a reason as the campus is bigger, more people, and just definitely like I think like some sort of people well-rounded, I guess. Like they not just into the subject, into the technologies, they also have a humongous, like, well-rounded background, how they can contribute to so many issues or just like challenges or something like that. Like, for example, that's why I do like combined majors because I feel like it's not just about the software, it's also about the physics. So in order to combine that, you gotta know physics and computer science. We have a lot of people who believe that you can actually build something cool by combining a lot of majors, and it's really cool.
Cross domain.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so like when it comes to majors, so like you mentioned, right, like there's like so much like intersection of different majors. So a lot of people have like tried to get into UCs with like easier majors and then switch their major once they enter. So my question is, does the major really matter? Can you switch your major after you get into the college? And then finally, I don't know if you have experience with this yet, but do people who are hiring you for like a tech job, do they actually care what your major is, or would that be extracurricular, say, projects?
Okay, so for the first question is that is it easier to transfer between different majors? I actually did some research on this before transferring to UC Davis. I what I heard from what other people's experience is that yes, you are allowed or you're able to transfer different majors, but if you're a transfer student already into UC, it will be quite hard because a lot of courses you've taken in the community college, if you're focusing on specific major, it will be you need to kind of like take everything again, like kind of it will take a lot of time. I know, like some people, one of my friend also, he transferred different major like 3 times, but he has been in UC Davis for 5 years and takes a lot of time if he want to finish the degree after transfer. So I think he need another year, which is he's gonna have 6 years in
My
UC
God.
Davis. Yeah. So yes, you can, but it'll take quite a lot of time.
You can finish your master program in 5 years here, so you can have an extra year and you can finish 2 degrees, undergrad or grad. Well, I would say um, it's really hard, like to change your major when you arrive to UC because you're gonna lose time, money, and especially you cannot be undeclared major. So that's why it's good to do in the lower division, and you can, like simply shift after a year, maybe year and a half. But as long as you're crossing 50% of your classes, people expect you to finish your upper division related to your declared major. And honestly, I think that is question more about not just like how easy to get it done. I think it's more about your personal honesty and what you want to do in your life. Because I was thinking like I spent quite a while in UC Berkeley, and honestly, the whole reason was the communication is that it's just people are they expect you to I would say they expect you to transfer after that to another major, but that's not quite possible. So in that case, you want to ask yourself a question, do you really want to do that major if it's not going to work? So for example, you might go for applied math at Berkeley or pure math. And I was majoring in applied math before I got my associate degree in applied math and computer science. But then when you go, for example, to Berkeley, like, are you ready for doing applied math full time, or you just want to do something what you actually want to do in your life? And especially when you're talking about these competitive schools, like for example, UC Davis, you're not going to enjoy that much of time when you when you just visit that classes. Hold on. Sorry guys about that. We'll get used to it.
No worries, no worries. Do you want to continue what you were saying?
Yeah, sorry they interrupted us for a second.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Um, okay, so essentially think about the major and whether even if you get into the major, switching out will take a lot of time to a different major. And then second, if you're going to stick with the major, you'll have to do the coursework for the major. So think about that. So I had another question related to that. Could you do so like say could you do your major requirements and could you do courses for like like I want to learn data science but I'm also a math major, like I'm a CS major, but I want to do this specific course in your data science. So I can finish all my math requirements, get the degree, but I want to do CS course. Oh,
Yeah, sorry, they keep bothering us. I think you can do that, but you got to remember that you can transfer only 105 credits, and after
mhm.
that point, you got to stick to your upper division courses in that case. And you couldn't get back to college or do concurrent enrollment in any other school. So it's just I don't know. Any something we want to add up.
Like I mean like in the
Oh,
same college, like if like in Berkeley
mm,
itself, you do your you
different
do your
engineering
three.
letters and
Yeah, you do your math requirements and then you just out of curiosity you want to do like a DS or like Python course, you can do another course, right? Or how does that work? Or should I cut off? Yeah, like yeah, like are we allowed to take courses outside of our major requirements?
Yes,
yeah,
you can, but you need to start from the lower div to meet the
yeah.
prerequisite. Like me, I want to take some like music courses, but I need to finish like music theory first on those like lower div. So it will take quite a while if you want to take like higher div on different majors. But if you're taking like similar major like CSE or engineering courses upper div, yeah, it will be easier for CS to get like
Yeah,
similar majors.
same thing. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Those are the only questions I had for the post application ish kind of thing. Maggie, do you want to go ahead with the major specific questions?
Yeah, yeah. I have a major question for CS. How did you guys navigate learning outside from the classroom and building your own projects?
You gotta sacrifice your time. If you like doing that, you will be doing that. Honestly, I would be honest with you. You just sacrifice sleepless nights. Like that's how you learn.
To be honest, I feel like just follow what you like and what your hobby is. Combined with what you're doing, just your free time, it will be quite powerful for your project. For me, I build like a project that AI learns how to play like games. Those are pretty cool because it's just like passion projects. You will do it because you like it. So don't worry if it's like very competitive or like really shiny stuff. Just do what you like.
Yeah, and especially so many conferences, so many hackathons. Just go for it. Don't be afraid and build something cool.
Yeah, and make connections.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Networking, just go out. I have questions for everyone. What is the academic update process like for you guys?
Oh, okay. So I think it was during the beginning of 2022. Okay, just like January after you transferred, or I forgot which.
Yeah, I think it's around June, like January
Yeah,
31st, I think. Yeah.
and then they asked you for an update, and I just put the course I took in fall into the system, and pretty much it. I didn't do much except the screen math. I didn't put it.
Yeah, the process is quite smooth. I guess just be ready for random verification because I was chosen to verify
Mm,
some statement in my UC application. So just be prepared that you might be asked to gather some evidence that you actually never lied in your application, and you're good to go. Just don't be freaked out. Like it's okay. It's a normal process. It's fine. You just gotta gather that, and you will be fine.
Um, so, uh, so was the only so like so did you have to show so did you get your acceptance before the update for the fall term or was it after?
It's you will always will get acceptance after all the process completed, after verifications, after update and everything. I'm not sure that people will accept you if I don't know, if they're gonna find out there's something wrong with your application.
Not everyone will be get picked for update and background check, right?
Say
The
again?
verification.
Oh,
And I
about
think Maggie
verification.
was,
Yeah,
yeah.
basically yeah, people will. So they asked me to. So I put there that I got the certificate from my last school in the Netherlands about my GPA, and they just wanted to see that I'm not lying, that I was having that score. So it was just like quite, a rough communication with Europe because we have some cultural differences between Europe and US. But I mean, generally, it went pretty fun, and you just get the PDF, you send them, and they reply like in a day, maybe like you're good to go and you've been verified. So nothing really um, scary. It's
Yeah,
okay.
for me, I didn't get the verification process. So I guess based on people, it's yeah, I guess random. I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much random. Yes.
Um,
Um, oh,
no,
do you,
that's all the question I need to ask. Do Aaron have anything?
yeah, I just have two last questions. I think that your reservation for your room might be getting over soon. So, two questions. One, what do you think made your application stand out compared to other applicants? And two, looking back, is there anything you wish you knew before starting the transfer process?
Yeah. Um,
I would say go to involve in a lot of different activities, clubs, meet a lot of friends. Because before I transferred here, I was in the Anza, but during that 2 years, it was during COVID. Most things are online. Clubs are like online, which is really weird, and a lot of events are canceled.
yeah.
So it's really hard to make friends during that period. Kind of miss it, and a lot of connection I didn't make that much during that time. So I would say like involving clubs, make friends, and just enjoy the first 2 years of your college life because it's like different the last 2 years.
Yeah. And you got to realize that it's not just all about the social life, it's also about being a better person and a better engineer. If you do like, oh, like whatever major is your major, it's like it will broaden the perspective. And like we have the same, like you never know something that you don't know, right? So that's super, like I can relate to that. If you never met the people and if you never had this kind of conversation with them, how would you know the stuff that you're going to learn in the future? So, and that's kind of thing like to wrap your mind around because like when you meet people, you kind of think big. You learn like, oh, I didn't know about that. How fun is that? I want to learn that. I want to do the internship in that direction. So basically those connections, it's not just to have fun. Oh, well, it is at some point, right? But it's also make you a better person. It basically broadens your perspective and you can learn more. You can discover more, like aspects of excuse me, you can explore more aspects of your major. And it's just, it will get you super prepared for the transfer. That's why you should do that too, honestly.
Yeah, true. And also explore different areas major because if you're not sure if this major is right for you, I think during the first 2 years in community college is a really good chance because it's cheap for the courses and it's a good chance to explore and decide what you really like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and good luck with all you guys' application.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to send it over. We're always here to help. And just trust the process, enjoy the process, and you will get there. By the end of the day, you will get these degrees. It's just all about, are you happy now? Like,
The
did you
journey.
have, yeah, did you have fun? That's what it's all about. You will get this knowledge. You will know how to write the code. Just have fun.
Sure. Thank you guys. You guys look super happy in UC Davis. Oh, I'll consider UC Davis now.
We are.
Yeah. And good luck with you too.
Yeah, glad.
That's
Thank
great.
you
Maggie, you
guys
have
for your time.
anything? Yeah.
No,
Oh,
that's it.
thank you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, see ya.
Bye.
Yes.